Weekly Wheaties 24/07. Smart TVs, streaming, tech shifts, spot the brands. Are you thinking about purchasing a smart TV? Or do you happen to already own a smart TV? In either case, I'll ruin the surprise up front. Do not buy a TV solely based on its smart features, and in most cases, don't even use the smart part of a smart TV. A pretty bold statement, I know. Please allow me to explain. TVs, along with many other pieces of technology, are getting smarter. Smarter in the sense that they can do more things, but also because their interconnectivity allows more things to be done based on access and information. They are more of a computer with a display than they are a dumb screen. Their smart features know no bounds. On the extreme end of the spectrum, Telly, a company founded by the same founder of Pluto TV, is one of the first of its kind. They provide a free 50 TV that includes a high-quality soundbar and a second screen. This second screen is placed below the main TV and shows the weather, sports scores, and more. Oh, and it shows ads, has a camera, and tracks all of your activity. The cost of free comes at the cost of your privacy. Some of the newer TVs being released this year will even include AI features. These new upgrades allow AI to tweak the image to provide the best possible viewing pleasure. Sounds great, except just like the telly, it invades your privacy. To do this, it constantly has to know what you're watching when you change the channel, for lack of a better explanation, which also lets them know when you're home, takes up internet bandwidth, and provides another open door for hackers. Not to mention, adjusting the screen settings manually may still provide a better picture. But what's wrong with streaming your favorite Netflix show through the smart TV, especially if it's a version of Amazon's Fire TV or has built-in Roku or Apple TV? Technically, it's okay. You'll just have a much better experience not doing this for a few reasons I've outlined below. First up, apps. While you can get the major apps on your smart TV, Netflix, YouTube, Amazon, and Hulu to name a few, you won't be able to get every app available otherwise. This may not sound like a big deal, but understand, developers must make their apps work across all sorts of hardware. And they eventually stop updating devices that are older and smaller and take up a small version of the market. Meaning, most apps for the major devices, Fire Sticks, Roku's, Apple TV, that are mass-produced will generally last longer, and the one-off built-in hardware for the TVs will not. Next, their hardware is limited. With the TVs having multiple pieces of hardware installed, they may include less expensive and less quality products. This goes for every piece of hardware installed: CPUs, RAM, hard drives, and Wi-Fi antennas. These issues also have compounding effects. If the app is outdated, it won't be optimized to run as smoothly as it can, and it may be missing major features or security patches. If the hardware is less powerful, it also becomes exponentially less powerful as it becomes outdated and tries to push these outdated apps. If the RAM and hard drive fills up quicker, apps run slower, and slower, and slower. But my apps run fine, you say. I hear you. But have you ever compared your smart TV to a smart device? As in a standalone Fire Stick, Roku, or Apple TV? They have different levels of speed, and each are exponentially faster and smoother. If you're up for it, test out the theory by buying one from Amazon. They offer a generous return policy, and to prove my unbias, I won't even give you a referral link. However, make sure you purchase a version that states 4K. It will be a bit more expensive, but even if you don't have a 4K TV, these versions have faster processors installed. They typically have more RAM and hard drive space too. Now, let's talk about internet connectivity. Most of the time you're using Wi-Fi on your smart TV, right? Very rarely do I see people who actually hardwire their TV, and many TVs only use that port for maintenance. As you can imagine, yes, a specific hardware device may have an Ethernet port to allow it to be hardwired. I highly suggest hardwiring when able. If not, the Wi-Fi hardware built in is probably a better component than what's used in your TV anyway, which allows streaming to be clear and smoother. Lastly, there are extra features streaming devices offer that most TVs don't. While they may not be deal breakers, they are still nice to have. For example, most have Bluetooth connections allowing headphones to pair for a one-viewer experience. Think sleeping baby or spouse. This could also allow easy pairing to Bluetooth speakers. There are many unique features too, like remote control apps for your phone, screen sharing from other devices, and easy connectivity to other smart home devices. Put simply, your smart TV is typically slower than the major brand's counterpart standalone device, may not have as much space to install more apps, or have as many apps open simultaneously, and may have wireless connectivity issues. Ultimately, having two devices that are meant to do one job is always better than having one device that tries to do two different things. You can search tons of reviews online for comparison of these devices and smart TVs. Almost all external streaming devices outperform even the best built-in TVs in speed, stability, app performance, and app updates. If you watch as much TV as polls and reports show, wouldn't it be worth an extra $100 or so to have the best viewing experience in your home? Which streaming device is your favorite? In case you missed it, streaming giants. Every time a new streaming service starts up or closes down, we see others team up. This fall, look for a new sports streaming service from Disney's ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers, along with all of their sister networks. Some, familiar with the matter, believe it will be a higher price service, even upwards of $50 a month. In an effort to dominate the gaming space, too, Disney invested $1.5 billion for an equity stake in Epic Games. A short teaser trailer announcing the partnership promises that a new universe will emerge, allowing players to play, watch, create, and shop while discovering a place where magic is epic. Marvel, Star Wars, and other content will now be included in their popular game Fortnite. In other streaming news, YouTube TV has surpassed 8 million subscribers. The last numbers shared were over 5 million back in mid-2022. This is twice as many as the next largest streaming service, too, Hulu Live TV. When compared to traditional cable TV providers, YouTube TV is now ranked fourth behind Comcast, Charter, and DirecTV. While gaining customers, the others are losing. Let this stand as a reminder. You don't have to pay for these services forever. Test one out 1 month and switch next month. Or just subscribe during the show or sports season you want to watch and then unsubscribe. In case you missed it, technology shifts. As the back end of some social media sites, ActivityPub is starting to gain traction. Blue Sky is closing their beta test and opening registrations. While Blue Sky was created to be a competitor to Twitter, if they begin to use ActivityPub too, nothing will be much different except for the user interface and unique features to the app in question. According to a report by The Information, Apple may be working on the next iteration of iPhones and iPads with one major new feature: folding screens. This wouldn't be anything unheard of, especially with the litany of folding devices we've already seen in the market over the last few years. Not to mention, they've also filed for a few patents over the years. Let's just hope if they follow suit with the other manufacturers, they still offer a non-foldable option. If you are past Apple Vision Pro and wanting to prepare for the next piece of future technology, we're one step closer. While the current goal is to tackle complex neurological conditions, Neuralink has successfully implanted one of its wireless brain chips in a human. If you wanted to dabble in the cryptocurrency world, but stick with a traditional stock market type investment fund, you're in luck. The SEC approved rule changes that allow for Bitcoin ETFs. While Bitcoin has proven to be a volatile asset, this may prove to help it grow and settle. I would never suggest someone to invest anything more than they're willing to lose in the crypto space. Pick of the week, spot the brands. Coming off the high of Super Bowl weekend and hours of ads, check out this site to see how many major brands you can spot. You have 5 minutes to find 50 iconic brand logos. The site tracks every click, so make sure you don't cheat and just click around. I'll save you a few clicks. Try to put your mouse in the most center of the logo if you can. Even then, it may not register it, so don't get upset with the messenger. Spot the brand at Interacti. Weekly Wheaties is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber. See links for the above items at weeklywheaties.com.